days and 7 nights. I haven't seen you for a while. You got me thinking, you got me lost in translation, a feeling gone. But for now, all I have to say is hello, goodbye. But for now, all I have to say is hello, goodbye.
Hey everybody, I'm here with a 2022 Subaru Outback, and today I want to talk a little bit about how the Michelin X-Ice Snow tires do on this vehicle. Special shout out to Michelin providing me for these tires today to review for you guys. I did have these mounted at Discount Tire, and they were road force balanced. One thing that's really great about Michelin tires is that they are inherently balanced just a little bit better than your average tires that are out there. So very few balance wheel weights were actually put on this car to balance these tires according to Discount Tire. As you can tell, this car is very smooth with these tires. I have them inflated just a little bit over the factory recommended pressure. So I got about 37 front PSI and 35 rear PSI, which is 2 pounds per square inch more of pressure than is actually recommended by Subaru. But even as a result here, and it's about 39 to 40 degrees outside, this car is actually very smooth to drive. And as you can tell, it takes very minimal effort for me to be able to turn the wheel and make a turn at about 20 to 25 miles per hour off of a 50 mile per hour road. So far I've been getting pretty good gas mileage with these tires. Looks like about 29.1 miles per gallon over the last 2,000 miles or so. So that's actually really good, and I've had these tires on for maybe about 3,000 to 3,500 miles on this car. These tires are very comfortable, and it's one of those situations where you really just don't know, I guess, how quiet a car can be until you put on a really quiet set of tires. And that's one thing that I will commend Michelin for, is that they do make very comfortable, very compliant tires that are easy to drive on, and that you always feel like you have more of a luxury car than your car normally feels. So they're a directional tread pattern, which enhances wintertime traction a little bit to throw the snow out the back of the car as you're cutting through the deep powder, 6+ inches of snow. But the other upside of that is that it's a little bit easier to also tune the acoustics of the tire to let the wind pass through them a little bit more easily, which allows it to be quieter on the road to you as the customer or the driver of the vehicle. Overall, these tires too have 11/32 of tread, 11/32 of an inch of tread from Michelin. So that's about 10% more tread than you get from a normal street tire. So automatically you have enhanced wearability and tread life compared to a normal all-season tire. These tires are, as I mentioned in previous videos, a hair more expensive than some of your competing winter tires, but the moment that you put them on the vehicle, you definitely notice that they're quieter, smoother, and the traction is really, really good. I did have the opportunity to drive this in some icy conditions, and it's one of those scenarios where you're driving at 65 miles per hour on the highway, it's starting to sleet, it's raining at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is right at freezing, and you begin to wonder, is my car starting to slip at all, and other cars are starting to slow down, you slow down as well. But over the course of over 100 miles of driving through those conditions through the middle of Wisconsin, I didn't really have a sense that I was slipping whatsoever. It wasn't until I actually got off on the side of the road that I felt that I was possibly having a slipping condition of any sort. So I was really happy and thrilled that these tires have performed so well and have been slip free in those conditions. It's not to say that you won't slip at all, especially if there's glare ice or black ice on the road, but you'll just have more of a sense of confidence, and you won't have any concerns the same way that you will if you have all-season tires. Overall, very happy with the performance of these. I think that they've done an excellent job, and again, I commend Michelin for putting a lot of time and effort in these tires, because the previous generation of tires were also really good. Those were the Michelin X-Ice Xi3 tires that I had on my old Acura TL about 7 to 8 years ago. Those were also great tires, never had any problems with them. They wore very well, never had any cupping issues or inside tread problems or outside tread problems. They wore even over the course of about 10,000 miles that I had them before I got rid of the car. This car I've had them on for about 3,500 miles, and there isn't even a trace of wear. And honestly, the temperatures in Minnesota have been abnormally high for January and February. We're talking 38 to 40 degrees most days in January and February, and that is very rare compared to last season when it was the third snowiest winter in the Twin Cities, Minnesota history. Given that we've been driving on dry roads, and as you saw from some of the B-roll footage that will be shown during this video, this car has no slip when you take off. The traction control never lights up at all, and when you slam on the brakes, it comes to a halt from about 50 to 52 miles per hour very quickly with no problem, even on dry roads with this soft tread. So very happy with them. I will say that the steering is a little bit more loose than some of the other competing snow tires that are out there, but that's because these grip so well in inclement weather that it kind of slightly sacrifices your on-road steering response a little bit, but at the same time it creates a more comfortable driving experience. Would definitely say that these tires are just very comfortable overall. I think that's the one thing that keeps coming back to my head, is comfortable, quiet, don't sacrifice fuel efficiency more than about a mile per gallon in my experience, even with a huge increase in the amount of tread you have. And the ice traction, which is in the name, Michelin X-Ice Snow, I would say the ice traction is something that's a big highlight. If you don't get a lot of snow in your area, there are many places in the United States that have a lot of ice that comes up and not necessarily snow. In that case, these tires are excellent for that exact condition. So would highly recommend. Very happy with these overall right now. All right, we got plenty of fresh powder in front of us. Let's do a quick acceleration test. I'll give it about half throttle from a stop and see how much slip we get, how quickly we get up to about 20 miles per hour here in the parking lot before we get to the end. Then I'll slam on the brakes from 20 miles an hour down to 0. Here we go. And boom, there we go. Quick 0 to 20 miles per hour. No problem stopping really whatsoever. And this time we'll do it full throttle. Make sure we get ourselves enough room here. Okay. All right, we'll do a full throttle acceleration and see how fast we get up to 20 miles an hour. And coming to a stop. Boom. All right, and the next thing we'll do is take like an evasive maneuver at about, 10 to 15 miles an hour and just kind of do some zigzags to see how well this thing tracks through the snow. So let's get up to speed here. Yeah, no problem whatsoever with turning on the snow. I feel like I can just turn on a dime. It's actually pretty amazing. That's really impressive. If you're really like gentle on the throttle and you just drive normally, that's where these tires like really shine, and you just feel like you can just tackle almost any type of snow. So let's see here. It looks like we got another parking lot with a bit more room here. Speed up to like 20. Yeah, no problem with turning the wheel whatsoever. It's just going exactly where I need it to go, and it has no problem. So if I gotta turn around here quickly, applying some throttle, quickly getting back up to speed. And as you can tell, it just kind of like tracks exactly where you want it to go. Then if you gotta quickly come to a stop, you just come to a stop, no problem. again, I thank you guys for watching this video, and feel free to watch that B-roll footage showing these X-Ice Snow tires from Michelin in action, even on dry roads. And if you pick up a set of these, please let me know what your feedback is in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.